Okay, welcome to the Yoga Teacher Experiment. My name is Ryan Rockwell, where for 30 days I live at an ashram and truly try to heal my life through the power of yoga. I give up certain addictions and embrace truly almost a daily meditation and asana practice just to see what happens. Now, I'm not trying to be anyone's teacher through this. I'm not trying to be anyone's guru. This is simply about embracing the power of yoga to see how it changes my life. With that said, enjoy the experiment. Oh, man. I just feel like a freaking Pillsbury Doughboy. But if you poke me, I don't. I cry right now. I'm the Pillsbury cry boy. I am. So it's become pretty clear that there's some stuff from my past that I haven't healed from. You know, I've been looking at my childhood, answering questions about did I feel loved? Was there anything I would have changed? How did my family treat me? It's some pretty hard questions. And it's pretty clear that I just need to continue to dive into that. And so it made sense to me, in Virginia, I have so much history here. I moved here when I was 12 years old because my stepdad was in the military. It was traumatic from the start. I remember crying my eyes out, when we moved here. The first night we got here, I didn't sleep at all. I cried myself the whole night, just cried. A lot of stuff went down. And I feel like I need to kind of go back there and process some of the emotions, just what happened there. I need to go to the home where I mostly grew up. It's probably a lot will come up for me, but I need to do it, At the age of 40, I didn't think I would be diving into stuff that happened to me when I was 3 or 12 or even 18. My family, a lot of times, especially on my mom's side, they'd be like, oh, the past is the past. Shouldn't dive into it. I think it's because they were afraid to dive into it. It's like I was afraid to dive into it for a long time. I don't want to live in the past, but I want to process the past. So I don't carry it into my future. But I don't know if I'll come back to the ashram. It's in some ways I feel energetically like my time here is coming to a close. And I feel like maybe it's time for me to say goodbye for the last time. So we are going to the first house the house that I lived in when I lived in Virginia, went to high school. And this was the house that my parents split up. That's kind of when it all kind of shit went down. I started, just things changed in my life once my parents split up. And yeah, this is the house over here. I'm gonna drive up to it. This is the house right there. And that was my room up above the garage. So for me, in a lot of ways, this house represents, the end of innocence, if that makes sense. I just felt like I needed to come here and just sit in front of this home and process it.
What's it feel like for you coming back here?
It's emotional.
It's my family split up. Yeah, it was, I mean, if there was some consistency in my family, it ended here. If there was any stable times, it ended here. Just, yeah, just a lot of memories coming up, a lot to process. Just, so the final house that I'm taking you to is after my parents split up, and I didn't know this at the time, but my mom was cheating on my stepdad, and that's why they split up. So they split up, they sell the house that I just took you to, and it was my mom and my stepdad, so of course I go with my mom. And my mom buys this, kind of townhouse just basically 5 minutes down the road. And shit definitely got worse here. This is where stuff started to get really, really bad. That's the house right there. This is my room again above the garage. Probably 2 weeks after moving here, I remember looking down out of my window, and there was a gold Jeep Cherokee and a guy in it. My mom was like leaning in the window. I knew something was different. Just 2 freaking weeks after my parents split up, she brings that dude around. And then I remember being in that room up there when again, a month after my parents split up, first girl I was ever in love with breaks up with me. It felt like right out of a movie. I just threw everything off my dresser, off my desk. Right after we get off the phone, I call right back and I go, I just trashed my room, and I'm gonna do something really stupid unless you get back together with me. Yeah, we didn't get back together. But I just, oh man, just, your parents are split up. Your mom's got her new thing. I just felt alone. It's really, the nicotine habit really kicked in at that point. I don't know, I feel indifferent. What do you mean by indifferent?
I don't know. There's just so many memories here. I don't even know where to start. There's just so much pain. My mom tried to kill herself in this house. That was more like a cry for help. She took a bunch of pills that... And I remember she takes all these pills. She comes downstairs. I didn't know she took them.
She comes downstairs and she's like, you know what? I've got an idea. And this was right before I really decided I've got to leave. I've got to do my own thing. I was gonna move out, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna sell this house, and I'm gonna build an addition off of my friend's house. I'm gonna live there. I'm like, what? All right, cool. You know, I don't even know how this escaped me, but I tried to take my life as well in this house. But I was a lot more serious about it. I already had a big bottle of Tylenol PM, you know, like 120 capsules. And I went to the store and just gas station down the street and just bought another bottle of Tylenol PM. I must have taken me at least over 120. Like, I took one whole bottle and then whatever was in the other bottle. My mom came home and you know, she calls the ambulance, of course. I just remember being on the stairs, and the paramedics like, what did you take? What did you take? And the next thing I remember, I'm waking up in the hospital. My mom and her best friend and one of her other friends. And they had pumped my stomach, you know. My mom, she's just so clueless. She's like, you know, my mom's got a really southern accent. She's like, did you try to take your life? And I'm like, yeah. The next thing I know, I literally projectile vomit almost on everybody that's like in the room. All you can do is laugh. I just knew I needed to come here to process this.
So the yoga teacher experiment, as as initially expected, was really hard. It's been hard up to this point. I have definitely stayed true to a lot of the things. Some of the things I've slipped up on. You know, again, I could get really mad at myself. I could get pissed off. I could, you know, be like, oh, I'm never gonna change. I know I've changed through this whole experiment already. You know, the willingness to just even put myself out there in this way is just, I just feel like I needed to share my life. And that was one of the biggest things, was just getting out of the darkness, like coming into the light, admitting what was going on for me. Because for so long, like, I just hid away from the world in terms of what was going on with me. I would never admit any of this stuff. But who cares anymore? You know? I'm a human being. I'm having a human experience. Okay, so I went to the post office today because we've had like 6 packages in here. They weren't showing up. Just found out yesterday that they don't deliver mail here. They haven't done it in 15 years. Yay! So I had to walk up to the post office today, and guess what we had? Mukta had, she had sent a package, and
This beautiful card: if God could have created anything better than you, he would have. Yogi Bhajan's beautiful quote. Patience pays. I'll have to read that. But yeah, this beautiful book that she wrote, Healing Addictive Behavior, Yoga Science for Transformation, as taught by Yogi Bhajan. I am totally psyched about going here. Oh, looks like it's got some recipes. Imagine different kriyas and meditation. Beautiful. Oh, I'm excited. That was so sweet of her. She also sent me an ebook and through email as well. Wow, that's really cool of her.